Hey guys, my name is Gino. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 3 things that you should avoid at all costs when it comes to personal finances. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below. All these things are super obvious, but people just don't think about them and they don't realize how important they are. So I'm going to get straight into the video now. So guys, number 1. Do not spend more than you earn. If you make 2,000 euros a month, you should not be spending 2,000 euros a month. You should definitely not be spending more than 2,000 euros a month. And this is so important because people just say, as their wealth grows, they will tend to just follow it. So if you get a raise then to 3,000 euro, you'll just start spending 3,000 euro or more again. And you see it a lot with people where they have an overdraft of 500 euros. So then they think, well, I get paid 2 grand, but I have 500 euro overdraft. That's 2,500 euro. It's not. It's minus 500 euro. And that's a really, really bad place to be in. You need to live within your means and live below your means. So in order to save money and invest and be able to afford to do nice things like go on holidays and all these things without getting loans and without having to borrow money, the main thing is living within your means throughout day to day, and that's something that's really, really important and not a lot of people do. There's tons of videos about budgeting, and all these things can be quite boring, like budgeting, writing out a budget. Oh, I can only spend this much on food, I can spend this much on activities. Yeah, that's fine if that works for you. That's never ever worked for me. I'm not able to do that. But one thing that does work for me is you just have to be stricter with yourself. You need to say, okay, I just cannot afford to go drinking this weekend. Simple as that. Or I cannot afford to spend 150 euro on a pair of shoes. I cannot afford to buy the most expensive jumper, the most expensive t-shirt. And when you earn more money, you will be able to afford these things, but you can't just keep living to the maximum and having zero in your account or minus in your account all the time, because you will find yourself in trouble. You need rainy day money. You need to be investing. You need to be keeping up, because as you get older, this is a great tip for anyone, but these are huge tips for people in their 20s. I'm 25 years old now, going to be 26 this year. And it took me a couple of years into my 20s before I realized how important it is not to just spend every penny. And people are like, oh, you're living, you're young, you're stupid. Don't spend all your money. That's number 1. Number 2, avoid online gambling. Avoid gambling at all if you can, but avoiding online gambling is super important, because in the future you will need a mortgage, you will need a car loan, you will need these things, and online gambling will really, really hinder that. Now, people might think that, oh yeah, I know football, I know UFC, I know whatever, I can online gamble. Don't, just avoid it at all costs. Do things like, if you want to gamble, let's say take a $5 a week or $10 a week and go into Paddy Powers and do it if you really want to. I wouldn't advise it at all, but if that's what you want to do, keep it off your bank statements. It's just like if you're going to the pub, maybe take out the money and go into the pub with cash, and instead of having just like alcohol, because when you're going for a loan and a mortgage, they will assess your bank statements. They will ask for your most recent 3 or 6 month bank statements, and they will check these things. And if they just see you spending all your money in the pub or all your money gambling, that is a huge no-no for them. Number three, and this is one that's huge in America and it's bigger here than people think, but this is avoiding consumer debt. Okay, everyone is in debt. Everyone's going to be in debt. I'm in debt. I'm in debt with a mortgage. Consumer debt is a little bit different. Consumer debt is your Littlewoods, 5% you can pay back, and we'll give you 500 euro to spend on Littlewoods or whatever stupid things there is out there. Credit cards, consumer debt, these things, credit cards should be for emergencies only, if you need one at all. But if you can avoid consumer debt, you're going to be ahead of so many people, because it's a huge problem. People build up, and consumer debt interest rates are huge. Interest rates all over for everything are huge at the moment. Consumer debt ones are even bigger, because consumer debt could be 9%, 10%, 12%. And consumer debt generally covers like things that you don't need. So a car isn't really considered consumer debt, because most of the time you do need a car, especially if you have a family. You need a safe car. You need to make sure your car is reliable, it can get you to work and get your kids to school. All these things are important. Consumer debt is more so taking your credit card and going on a shopping spree just because you feel like, and buying a load of clothes you don't need, or buying jewelry you don't need, and all these things. That's consumer debt, and it's a very, very dangerous slippery slope, and it's an addiction. And it just covers, funnily enough, 3 of the things we spoke about. Well, nearly all the things I spoke about today stem from addiction: gambling addiction, shopping addiction, spending addiction, and they're all very serious things. And there's books on psychology of money is a really, really good book that covers all of these things and lets you understand why you feel the need to spend money, and it's like keeping up with the Joneses, they call it. And you know, I understand, and I've been in the situation, and I've bought things, and I've thought, "Oh, why did I buy that?" You know, straight away after, it's just like the buzz of buying the things drops. I've made videos about things that I've bought that didn't end up being worth the money, but go think about what you're buying, think about what you're spending, be mindful of your money, because it takes you a long time to earn money. Now, you can get quite negative about this, and it's, anyone who knows me knows it's one of my pet peeves, is real frugal, real, you know, cheap people, and that really annoys me. But you can be smart without being cheap. You know, you don't need to like buy single ply toilet paper, or you don't need to, I don't know, you know, like if your friends are all going out for food and you're just like, no, I'll cook at home, I got chicken at home, I'm all good. Like, you don't need to do that. That's not what I'm saying. But you don't need to eat out every day. You don't need to get takeaway every time. You know, social occasions are great. You need to stay out. You need to be active, and you need to enjoy yourself. I'm not saying don't enjoy yourself, but enjoy yourself within your means, and smartly a word. I don't know if it's a word. Enjoy yourself intelligently, and don't waste all your money, because as you're getting older and older, these things are more and more important. And it's even like, okay, let's just say for young men, if you're 26, 27, 28, and you're trying to find a girlfriend to be your future wife, and next minute you've got absolutely no money, she's going to think, oh, does this guy really know what he's doing? How does he have no money? Where's all his money gone? You know, these things don't make sense. And it's the same then for girls. Like, if a couple get married, for example, they have to share their debts. So all of a sudden now, one of the people has spent far more money and is in huge consumer debt, and then the person they're marrying didn't know, and now all of a sudden that's their problem. You know, I've kind of gone off topic here now, but anyway, basically 3 things to avoid: gambling, especially on your online account if you want to get loans in the future; getting into huge consumer debt; spending more money than you earn. They kind of fall into the same category now I'm thinking about it, but it's all just as important, guys. Try keep your accounts clean. Try keep money in your accounts at all time, because you'll never know what's going to happen. You're always one paycheck away from homelessness. At the end of the day, you know, if you spend all your money and then all of a sudden you lose your job and you can't get paid for some reason, and you're down to zero and you've nothing, and you know, that be all then, I suppose. Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.